of music, soundscape, silence, and movement. And above all, the joy of dancing. The participant will make choices within a set of guidelines. These guidelines are called scores. Dancers make choices within the score that they are given by the team of adjudicators. The score will be available before the presentation. The mover is required to desire the ability to live each moment fully while setting aside one's evaluative nature that leads to critically reflect on the recent past. Dance improvisation is a wonderful way to make one's consciousness bigger than the surrounding and to grow one's understanding of one's own body and mind. Improvisation in its highest form is pure awareness to dance to your own self, to others, and to everything that is happening.
So you see when you're like when you look into the slides, trying to feel the art.
Can I give you some? Yeah. The thing is, it's tricky, because it's just because of, you have the faces there, so you tend to just go. So if you can shift it over to be a little bit more in line. Okay, gotcha. Yes. Jenna, your face look like grease monkey. Yes. Yeah. I'll take some paper towel. I want to talk on answer.
Dance improvisation. This category is geared towards the exploration and the creation of movement simultaneously. It operates on two premises: the sensibility within the individual and applying this sensibility to one's dancing. In entering this category, participants must have an understanding of their body's potential movement, a body intelligence for information from within and outside, an understanding of the body language of oneself and other dancers, changing and evolving movement patterns, the capacity to move through emotions, and with the help of music, soundscape, silence, and movement. And above all, the joy of dancing. The participant will make choices within a set of guidelines. These guidelines are called scores. Dancers make choices within the score that they are given by the team of adjudicators. The score will be available before the presentation. The mover is required to desire the ability to live each moment fully while setting aside one's evaluative nature that leads to critically reflect on the recent past. Dance improvisation is a wonderful way to make one's consciousness bigger than the surrounding and to grow one's understanding of one's own body and mind. Improvisation in its highest form is pure awareness to dance to your own self, to others, and to everything that is happening.
All right. So, welcome to our improvised dance workshop. Obviously, I am breathless. So, this is what it's all about. You are dancing about what is in your head relating to issues surrounding you. How can you communicate that in the moment? Obviously, we will have to rely on some level of experience. Good, because we are not creating out of a vacuum, but there is a source that we are connecting to, dancing with, representing that source. So, welcome once again to this new category. Welcome to this new category. Welcome to dance improvisation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And to guide us through this workshop, we have Miss Patterson. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Go.
Welcome, guys. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another day of school. And of course, because the day of school, teacher needs to know the picnic them name. All right? So, to start us off, I would like you all to stand up, show little respect to the teacher. And I'd like for you to each give me your name. I'd like to hear your first name. Yes, your first name. Just your first name. So you're going to shout out your first name. Just the first name. Now, if you all shout on screen, I might not hear you. However, if you use your body for that shout, I will hear you even more clearly. All right, guys? So, I want you all to get up from where you were sitting. And if you're already standing, just find a nice, comfortable position. And you are going to introduce yourselves to me, your first name, using your bodies, because right now we are doing a roll call. All right, so let's go. Can I see those cameras open? Open those cameras. Come on, guys, open the cameras. We're doing the roll call, And I'd like you to bring up persons on screen, and you are introducing yourselves to me using your body. Say your name, Mary. How are you going to spell your name as your introduction using your bodies? All right, here we go. So I am Michelle. My first name is Michelle. All right, let me see you spelling your name again. I want you to change the speed. Change the speed at which you're spelling your name. So if you went fast, I want to see you go slow. All right, Yannick, Janoy, present with me again today. Spell the names one more time. Here we go. And Pastor Tanya. There's somebody else.
I am Tanya.
Robinson. All right, nice. Come on, continue to spread the name, man. All right, bring up the track one more time. Just the first part of the track because I want to see my two new students that I'm getting to know. Spell your name for me. All right, so we have Valerie on screen and we have Mr. Costa. That's in the first name. Oh yes, sorry, it's Valerie and Alicia. All right, so here we go. And while they're doing it, my two presenters, Janoy, Yannick, continue to spell because they need to get to know you know. All right? All right, so take the spotlight. Here we go, ladies. 1, 2, spell your names.
There's a meeting up in heaven. Roll call. It's a land with no lands. Look up the line. Roll call, brother, sister. Roll call. Roll call. Roll call.
Roll
There's
call.
a meeting up in heaven. Roll call. It's a land with no lands. Look up the line. Roll call, brother, sister. Roll call. What did you do on earth while you live? What did you do?
Nice.
Kind of handsome
What
to the
time you
Creator.
look long, man? You look long.
You
Hey.
will not turn you away. What will be okay? Roll call, brother, sister. Roll call.
All right, and take it down. Thank you guys, thank you guys. Give them an applause. All of you who spelled your name, I didn't see some of you on camera, but I could feel the energy coming through those lenses. Thank you very much for introducing yourselves. And I did try to introduce myself. So I hope you saw. My name is Michelle Patterson. And today I am going to be leading you through an experience of improvisation. All right, so I need one person to type in the chat this exercise that we just did. What was it asking of you? Give me one word to describe the way in which you were moving. Anybody, just type in the chat. One word to describe the way in which you were moving in this introduction, in this roll call exercise, when you were telling me just your first name. So somebody just type in the chat for me quickly. One word, or anybody, 2, 3 persons, one word to describe what was happening a while ago. What was I requiring of you? One word to describe the exercise. Expressing, yes, nice. Nice. Anybody else? One more. Give me one more word. The way you were expressing. So you were expressing yourself. No, let's just add on to that. How were you expressing yourself? How? Was it something that was given to you? Was it coming from you? Showing your own interpretation. Awesome. Okay, did you have time to plan it? You didn't have time to plan it. So if you didn't have time to plan it, give me one word that would express, define the way in which you were moving. Since you did not have time to plan, you were improvising. Of course, it's improvisation. Yes, there was flexibility. Thank you, Tanya. You were given the opportunity to move in a very flexible way. Now, it was in the moment. Was it in the moment? Give me one word to describe that in the moment experience. So you were moving, you were expressing, you were showing your own interpretations, you were moving in a flexible way, you were improvising in the moment. Give me one word that you could use to define all of that. It was, what kind of movements were they, since you didn't have time to plan it? Yes, I know my people in the room, you know, them just see the hand one go up. But yeah, me know so no, you know. I think you know, but I want somebody on screen. It was impromptu. Yes, impromptu. And another word for impromptu is spontaneous. It was spontaneous. Thank you. It was spontaneous. And improvisation is one way in which The body moves and expresses itself in a spontaneous manner. In other words, it is in that moment as you respond to a stimuli, as you respond to a prompt, as you respond to an inspiration that is given to you, and in that moment, you are responding accordingly. So what makes improvisation different from other ways of moving is that it is generally not scripted coming from somebody else. So you're not trying to mimic the movement rather from somebody else. In that moment, that person is giving you a prompt and you are going internal, imagining, seeing what that thing could look like that you're being prompted to produce. And you are coming up with your own inventive, creative way of moving. So it is an awesome opportunity for you to build your movement capacities, build your confidence, get over some of your insecurities with moving. And the awesome thing is there is absolutely no judgment. No judgment, because it's so largely personal. So even though you may be given a problem to solve, and we're going to give you the frameworks, yes, with which or through which to solve the problem, but it's largely you're finding what you think is the most effective way to solve that problem or to respond to that prompt. Awesome. Now we're going to get a little bit more into defining what improvisation is, from the book definition. But I wanted you to just give me some words coming out of you based on your own experience a while ago. So generally speaking, improvisation is spontaneously responding to a stimuli, to some form of inspiration, to a prompt as a means of solving a problem in the most authentic, natural way. Awesome. All right, now we're going to go right into it. So I would like for everybody, you just sweat, you just bust a sweat, pat the sweat and everything. Now find the position. Find the position. You could either be sitting for this one or you could be standing. Just find a comfortable position. All right, so I'm going to just take you through some prompts today. So we're looking at improvisation. And as I said, as you just saw in the introductory exercise, yes, a prompt was given. What was the prompt in this case? Introduce your name. Introduce yourself. So you are trying to spell your name using your body. That's a prompt. That's an inspiration. That's a stimuli. All right. So we're going to kind of now slowly move into it. So I am taking you through a number of different experiences that will help you to build your improvisational skill sets. And you will see how this will become effective towards your being able to produce better choreographies, do better performances, develop your dance teaching skills, and to develop your technique skill sets so that when you go to teach kids or you go to do your own performances or you're creating a dance, it is going to be so much more effective in communicating those ideas and refining your artistic product. So different ways that you can connect with a dance improvisational experience. All right, so I'd like for everybody to find the position, whether sitting or standing, all right? So I'm going to ask you to close your eyes. Wherever you are in the room, close your eyes. Close your eyes. All right, just block out everything around you. All right? Everybody eye closed. Talk truth and shame the devil. Me no want nobody a peek. Nice. Close your eyes. All right. I would like for you to now to take several deep breaths. Several deep breaths. Don't need the PowerPointers yet. Need that music. Yes. That quiet meditative music. Yes. Just keep breathing, guys. Yes. Keep breathing. Just to kind of get ourselves centered. All right. Keep those eyes closed. Waiting for my little music to kind of help the people them get into that mind. Nice. Lovely. Are the eyes closed? Beautiful. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Nice. Yes. Now, I would like for you to open your eyes and focus on your sense of sight. Sight. See, only focusing on one thing now. As you open your eyes, focus on your sense of sight. What are you seeing around you? Yes, block out everything else. Focus on your sense of sight. Beautiful. All right, now we're going to narrow it down a little bit. We're going to narrow it down a little bit. I want you to focus on the big things in the room around you. All right? Take in the space around you and look at the big things, the big pictures. And then go from the big pictures to the smallest detail in the room, that speck of dust. Yes? So we're looking at the big picture. Yes? Block out everything else. And then we're going to focus on the smallest detail, the most minute detail that is around you. All right. Keep that in mind. So you've made a mental picture of the big things, and you've made a mental picture of the smallest detail. Here's what I'm going to ask you to do now. I'm going to ask you to change your posture. All right? So if you were sitting, just kind of get up from where you are. Or, no, stay exactly where you are. I want you now to begin to communicate using your bodies the big things that you were seeing in the room a while ago. The big things you observed. We're focusing on our sense of sight. Keep the music going, just keep it underneath. All right, so from where you are, whether you're standing or sitting, yes, I want you to now begin to translate those big things that you saw, or that one big thing that caught your attention. And I also want you to bring to mind the small thing, that small minute detail that you saw, and begin to translate that in the form of movement. Yes, so we're going to communicate those things that you registered. The big picture and the minute picture. Here we go. Giving you a few moments to begin to explore. You're focusing on your sense of sight. No, I'm not asking you to go into your memory bank and to pull out dance technique movements. I want this response to be natural, spontaneous, authentic. Yes, you are going to communicate through your bodies. That big picture, that thing that you focused in the room, using your sense of sight. That bigger thing that you saw that was magnified. Begin to translate that through your bodies. And then you also, and while that is happening, that smaller detail using your bodies. All right, let's move, let's keep moving. Lovely. My body's in studio. They're going through the exploration. Sense of sight. If at any moment you get stuck, go back to that focus on your sight. Lovely. Thanks for bringing up persons on screen. Keep it going, keep it going. Can I still get the music as an undertone? Yes. Nice, nice, nice. Is that Christian? Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. That big picture, I'm not asking to choreograph a dance. I'm asking you to just move in the moment. How do you see that big picture? And how do you see that minute detail? Lovely, lovely. Keep it going. All right. Internalize what you see. Internalize what you see and then bring it into your dance. Your moment, your dance. While we're going, let's focus. Let's shift the focus while you're moving to the sense of hearing. Take a moment. Take a moment. Take a moment and listen. What are you hearing? What are you hearing? We just looked at sight and we brought sight to life. What are you hearing? Listen for the biggest sound in your space. Can you pick up the smallest sound in your space? Internalize that sound. or those sounds. Internalize those sounds. What would those sounds look like in movement? Can you translate those sounds into movement? Yes, don't plan it. Just moving. What was the big word from the beginning? Spontaneously. Spontaneously. Translate what you're hearing into movements. Yes. Translate what you're hearing into movements. Yes, Marissa, I see you. I see you working through. Yes. Lovely. How are my in-studio movers going? Yes. What are you hearing? Can you now translate that into movements? Internalize what you're hearing and now bring that to your dance. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And bring it to a close. All right, so what I would like for us to do now, persons on screen, I would like for you to look at my bodies in the space. Yes, and I would like for you guys to go through, Yannick and Janoy, you're going to go through your spontaneous responses in terms of what you are seeing, sight, and then we take it into the hearing. Now, guys, again, might I remind you, we're not about what is the right movement or the wrong movement. It is your expression. It is your spontaneous response. It is your inventive process. So it's what is most authentic. So let's look at Janoy and let's look at Yannick. Stimulating the senses. Can I get my music up again? Sense of sight and sense of hearing. And begin.
Here are what? Okay, all right.
And bring it to beautiful. Clap them, guys. Let me see some thumbs up, thumbs up. Awesome expression. Now, notice they both got the same prompts. Yes, same prompts. It's one of the tools that we use for choreographic, for improvisational experiences. We give prompts. They both got the same prompts. Y'all got the same prompts. But if you notice, the expressions were what? Very different. Why were they different? Because it was being generated from their own internal movement spaces. Yes, it was spontaneous. They were not thinking about, am I pointing my feet? Yes, am I in the proper position for the passe? It was a spontaneously, authentically, naturally responding. Of course, you were making choices. You chose a particular movement because you felt it was most effective in communicating whatever that idea is, or the most effective in solving the problem that was given. All right, so I'm going to do one more thing. One more thing. We're going to now take this into the sense of taste, the sense of touch, sense of taste, and the sense of touch. And this time around, I am going to focus in on you guys on screen. So after we take a few minutes to do the explorations, I want you guys to present what you have come up with. Again, remember, it is your movement, no judgments, no right and wrong. It's a matter of what is most effective in communicating that idea. All right, so we're going to now go back to the same process. It's always about that process. You have to give time. Give yourself time, give your students time. Close your eyes one more time. Close your eyes one more time. And I want you to focus on your sense of tasting. 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 I probably should put before that your sense of smell. Yes, that will help the process because you don't have something in front of you, you don't want to use the imagination. So let's focus first, sense of smell. Pick up scents around you. Could be good smell, bad scent, good scent. And now focusing on your sense of smell. Your sense of smell. Now, while you're doing that, I want you to connect with your sense of taste. Because what you smell oftentimes informs how it tastes and what you taste. All right? So we focus in our sense of smell, sense of taste. Now, as you connect with those two senses, the smell and the taste, I want you to internalize those two senses. You've picked up on some scents and you're picking up some tastes. What would that look like? What would that look like in movement? Translate that to movement for me. Translate that to movement for me. Your expression of the smell that you're focusing on and your expression of the taste. Can you bring me up some music? Yes? Say music as we go through the exploration. All right? Sense of smell, sense of taste. Don't plan it. Don't think dance. Just think of moving in that very authentic way in expressing the sense of smell and the sense of taste. How is that looking in your bodies? Internalize that and bring it into your dance. Can you bring the cameras in focus? Yes, I'd like to see my students moving. Yes. Bring up some persons on screen. Nice. Yes. Your sense of smell and your sense of taste. Sense of smell, sense of taste. Come on, guys. I'd like to see you guys. I want to see you on camera. This is all about you working within in your bodies. Yes, improv is not sit down and listen and it stays in your head. It's your opportunity to move your body in the freest manner possible. From your most authentic, non-judgmental space. And to see the awesome, inventive movements that are possible within your bodies. And how does this inform your dance teaching, your dance technique, your dance choreography, dance making processes? Yes, Pamela, I see you. I see you moving. Christian, I see you. Lovely. Is that Fiona? Yes. Nice. Nice. What about my bodies in space, in studio? Sense of smell and your sense of taste. Nice. All right, now I would like to see my students online, a classroom online, some volunteers to show me your exploration of the sense of smell and the sense of taste. All right, who's ready? Who is ready? I see Pamela ready. Yes. Christian is ready. Anybody else ready? Anybody else ready? Fiona, are you ready? All right, bring them in focus, please. We are going to watch. Yes. Watch three of your colleagues doing their explorations of the sense of smell and the sense of taste. Here we go and begin. join them, yes? Beautiful. Looking quite authentic from where I stand. And everybody's experience of a smell and of a taste is very, very different. Very, very different. And that is why you can't say, oh, that's not the sense of smell that he's expressing or taste. We want to look at, you know, how effective is it? How authentic is it? How creative is it? And bring it to a close. Lovely. Clap yourselves, guys. Clap yourselves. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. And take it to rest. All right. You guys can sit. All right. Now, so far, we have been doing some activities, some improvisational activities as a means of getting you connected with your, first and foremost, your inner moving self. And that extends out into your external moving self, right? The focus is on how do I find that place of moving that is most authentic, that is most believable. So it is not trying to copy or mimic somebody else's movement, even though that can inform your experiences. Yes, but how do I find that most authentic, confident, moving self? And what are the benefits to that? That brings me to the first slide in my PowerPoint presentation. Yes, well, it's not a PowerPoint, it's just to help to bring the points up. So we're going to officially look now at what is improvisation. Yes, can I get the first slide on screen? We're not sitting for long, right? We're just kind of bringing the formalities to it. So for those of you who are, taking notes and stuff. So what is dance improvisation? Let's read together. Dance improvisation is a core component of the creative process. What you were all doing a while ago, you were creating. And there are different contexts for creating. In this case, you weren't trying to build a dance, or you were not teaching a dance technique class. That's a creative process as well. Or you were not necessarily doing a live performance. That's creativity in a product form. Yes, you were just moving as a means of communicating something in the moment as a prompt given. So it is the core component of the creative process, and is the process of, that word comes back again, spontaneously creating movement. Spontaneously creating movement. So for this new category in the JCDC dance competition, yes, there's an improvisational category. That's how we're doing this workshop. What are you going to be asked to do? Spontaneously create movement. But we're not going to put on the music and say, dance. Just feel the music and dance. Notice I have been giving you what? Can I get some response from in the house? What's that big word I've been using? I've been giving you what? Me not hear a thing, the mask will block it. Prompts. I've been giving you some prompts, or you could say some inspiration, but we're kind of getting familiar with the language of improvisation. Yes, so I have been giving you some prompts, so you'll be given some prompts, and out of this experience, as you learn different kinds of prompts and activities, that's going to help you now when you get to the competition now to be able to respond in the most effective manner in solving the problems that will be posed. Now, in the dance improvisational experience, development of movement material is facilitated through a variety of creative explorations. We did that. We did the roll call. Yes, we looked at the sense of what? Sense. Smell, taste. Which other one we did? Sight, right? And we could have looked at what you saw and what you touched. So we are giving you some prompts, yes, and you engage in a variety of creative explorations, including body mapping, basically just connecting with your body. The different possibilities, the different capabilities, through what? Levels. dynamic frameworks. Does any of this sound familiar? Yeah? I think we've been doing some workshops on these kinds of things. What do these things fall under? Let me hear from somebody in studio, because a while ago, I asked them, never answer no question. You can take off the mask and answer.
Elements of dance.
The elements of dance. Go to the second one of the class. The elements of dance. See, so it's all coming back. It's all coming back. Using the elements of dance as part of your creative processes, no matter what it is. All right, move to the next slide quickly. So we're looking at what is improvisation. Now, improvisation is a freer. Anybody realize that from what we just did? Why was it freer? Put in the chat for me. Why do we say it is freer? And you were saying freer, that means we're comparing to what?
It was not planned.
Some other framework. It is freer. It is what? Less technically strict. You are allowed to move from your internal space. Not asking you to produce, to do a jeté, or a tendu, or a pas de bourrée, or a plié, or any of those. You know what I'm using all these formal terms? Yes? So it is freer because you have the opportunity to express from your internal space. So it is less technically strict and an impulsive form that draws inspiration from everyday dance practices and influences. Another point on what dance improvisation is. Now we're getting into technique. It is a movement technique. So you probably are a little bit confused. I just said we're not focusing on technique. But if we are teaching you skill sets, if we are teaching you the principles that inform improvisation, it means that eventually some form of what? Technique is being formed. So that's what we mean by it's a movement technique. Because as we said before, you know, just frivolously say, all right, put on the music and dance. We give you principles. Yes, we set up frameworks. We set up guidelines. And that's what we mean by it's a movement technique that is capable of evoking a variety of dramatic and thought-provoking content. And this is largely because it relies so much on you expressing what you are feeling in that moment. So there is no set rule that it must look like X or Y. And so if you watch the bodies in space, you see some very interesting things coming up because it's largely based on interpretation. My spontaneity in movement is based on my interpretation. And interpretation is going to come from a variety of places. Some of us more expressive and more explosive than others. And that's what we talk about, the variety of the dramatic or thought-provoking content. Next slide, quickly. Just getting some of the preambles out of the way so that we can now get into some more exercises. Now, dance improvisation is not only about creating new movement, but it's also defined as freeing the body from habitual movement patterns. Let me pause right here. So, there are a number of persons who would not turn on them camera and participate in the exercise. You know why? Because I'm asking you to just move from your own space. Some of us don't know how to do that because we've been in the mode of composing dance and we're thinking about, okay, what is the most technical movement that we can come up with to make the dance win the gold medal? Yes. And so because of that, I am afraid to dance from that internal space because my thing said, no, look good. You know that look good thing. And I'm measuring look good based on some other standard out there. And so I don't want nobody to judge me because look what people on screen. That's not turn on the camera right now. Whether for the dance technique class or whatever. Because I don't know what the one they look for me and what them are going to say. And so because you have these inhibitions and insecurities, then you just limit yourself and deny yourself the experience of just moving from your most inventive, creative genius of the selves that you all are. And so what the dance improvisation experience is geared towards is breaking you out of those habitual patterns. So some people, if they're not pointing and flexing, they can't move. Other people, if it's not the 4 things them do, them can't move. Other people, if I'm a pop dance, me not in it. And so what are you doing? You're limiting yourselves because you think that that's what defines the dance. All right? So what we're saying is it allows you to move from that freer space, And finally, a major focus, all right, go back to the last slide. A major focus of dance improvisation is finding a deeper way of comprehending otherwise concealed thoughts or feelings of an individual. So when I asked you to smell something around you, no, that's not a natural go-to place. That's not a natural go-to place if you were, for example, you know, coming up with vocabulary for your dance or in a dance technique class. You would not just naturally go to using your sense of smell as a means of generating or motivating movements. And so in the dance improvisational space, it allows you to go deeper beyond the surface of what defines technique and what defines dance, and find those deeper places because it's in there, you know. All the things you all did earlier on, it was there. You just were not connected to it. And because a lot of what we do does not bring us to those places. So when you have the dance improv space, it allows you, the teacher, as well as the students, because you can't leave them out of it. It culminates with them. It allows you and them to go deeper into those places, those thoughts, those feelings that you don't generally connect with and you hide it away. Yes, you are allowed to go there without the judgment and come up with some unpredictable, instinctual, yes, what just happened in the moment, free movement that improvisation is centered upon so that you're able to explore more authentic feelings and inspiration. So you notice the words that keep coming back. All right. No, that's basically giving you, in a nutshell or more, what improvisation is. And we talk about the whys of improvisation, allowing you to move freer, finding more inventive movements, connecting with places that you generally don't touch, so on and so forth. All right, so we're getting back now into some activities. So today, as we started out with some prompts, we're going to continue doing some explorations for you to experience the principles of improvisation, yes, and for you to connect more deeply with the whys of improv. So let's go to the next slide. So we're going to now situate some of these other activities we're going to be doing within the context of the elements of dance, because we're reinforcing. It's pointless to do the workshops and we don't see how the things are connected. So you started out, it was Tuesday last week you did elements of dance, and then you went into dance composition situated within the elements of dance. And now we're going to look at some improvisational activities that centralizes the elements of dance as the prompts, as the inspiration for moving. All right, next slide. So we're starting with body prompts. Find any music, just give me any music. It's just an undertone, just an undertone. All right, so we're going to go through some body prompts. Now, you don't have to try to read the things that are on screen. Keep the prompts on screen for me, please. Yes, you don't have to try to read them. I am going to call them out. All I'm going to ask you to do is to change your positions now. Change your positions for me. So if you are standing, go find a space on the floor. If you are sitting, stand. Just change your posture. So we're going into body prompts. I am going to call out the prompts. You are just going to follow through, representing those prompts using the body parts that I identified. All right, so I'm going to ask you, move your thoracic spine, your rib cage. Move your rib cage. Don't read what's on the screen. I am giving you the prompts. I just want you to respond with your bodies. Move your rib cage. And you keep it going until I've changed the prompt that I've given. What about your shoulders? All right, so shift from the spine, the thoracic spine. Move your shoulders. Your ankles, your ankles. So only the ankles are moving now. Body actions, elements of dance. What about the pelvis? The pelvis. What are different ways that you can move that pelvis? Now, while you're moving the pelvis, we're isolating the other body parts. I don't want anything else to be moving. Just the pelvis. What about initiating a movement from your chest? Not your rib cage. Haha. Your chest. Keep my music going, yeah, man. The chest. Initiate a movement from your chest. What about your knees? Your knees. Only the knees. How do you isolate the knee from the rest of the body? Keep everything else still. Just the knee, just the knee. You're connecting, developing your sense of body awareness. How does my knee move differently from my thigh? Your armpit. Initiate the movement from your armpit. Where does it take you? Yes, your armpit. You're initiating the movement from your armpit. Bring that armpit into focus. Ah, nice. Okay. What about your thigh? Your thigh. Uh-huh. The thigh, the thigh, the thigh. Just the thigh, guys. Just the thigh. All right. Now, instead of staying in space, yes, notice those elements in space. Travel through the space. We're going to travel across the floor, leading with your head. Your head is leading, traveling through space. Head is leading. I need to see the head focused. Yeah? Yes, bring up some of my persons on screen. Leading with your head. You're traveling though, you're traveling. Christian, you're traveling, you're not on spot. You're traveling through the space. Your head is leading. Yes, Nikisha, I see you. Your head. Eliminate the other body parts. Eliminate the other body parts. Just your head. All right, shift to your elbow. Your elbow, elbow. Your elbow is leading you through the space. What are the possibilities? Your elbow. Remember, you're not in space now. You're not using personal space. You're traveling through space. Your elbow. Keep it moving, man. Don't stop until I change. Your elbow. Elbow is leading you through the space. What about your nose? Your nose. Your nose. Your nose is leading the activity. Your movement through space, not in space. Through space. Aha, that's interesting. Your nose. All right. Your derriere, otherwise known as your bottom. Yeah. Your bottom is leading. Ah, your bottom, and you're moving through space. No cheating. No cheating. Through space. Change your speed. Can you change the speed? Change your speed. Your bottom is leading you. Nikisha, you need to move through the space. You're on the spot. Yes, no cheating. Through the space, through the space. Your bottom is leading. Your bottom is leading. All right, and bring it to a pause. Bring it to a pause. Awesome stuff, guys. All right, one thing. We have one more thing to do in this exercise, but I have a question. I have a question. Anybody can answer this. Anybody. Is there anything that was brought to light as you did this exercise? What do you think this exercise was focusing on? We identified different body parts. Yes, moving from that initiation in space, and then we took it through space. What did it require of you most in order for you to respond in the most authentic, spontaneous, inventive, creative way that was most effective in communicating what was being asked based on the prompt. You had to connect with your body. Awesome stuff. You had to connect with your body because we make assumptions, you know, that we know our body parts. Yeah, we use them every day, but the truth is we don't always focus. We just get up and walk. We don't think about our feet. We have feet, so we walk. You had to connect with your body. We had to understand your body parts and what it can do. Focus on your body. Beautiful, guys. And all of this summed up, we can put it under one umbrella term: body awareness. So one of the benefits of dance improvisation is to help us to do what? Develop body awareness. Now, while we're developing body awareness, because we have to connect with that body part, I kept stressing that you needed to isolate the other body parts that were not active. And that is what helps to strengthen that body awareness, because isolating my thigh, which is hard, while using my knee, it brings me into a greater understanding of what the movement capacities of my knees are. Now, what kind of movements did I come up with? So you see now, I recognize, oh my God, my derriere is able to do those things other than whine. For some people, you know, what are some of the creative ways I can use those body parts? There you now have a palette of vocabulary that's inventive, that's creative. You put that in your dance, it's gone clear. Like me, for example, the more inventive I see those movements on the stage, you know your score gone up. Because what it says to me is that you are engaging in the creative process for what it really is. Awesome. How to understand how to isolate. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, bring it back up on screen quickly. All right, now I'm going to give you one more in this exercise. You're going to start a movement with your right foot, and let it travel through your body to the left hand. Let me pause right here. You're starting with the right foot. As you are moving with the right foot, the movement must travel through the rest of the body and culminate in the left hand. Me don't know what that's going to look like. All right? So we're starting left foot. Start the movement. Let the natural flow of energy and creativity and imagination and inventiveness flow through your body, and that movement must continue all the way through to your left hand. Yes? All right. Bring up my music. Let me see my explorers. So where is it starting? In the right foot. And it must keep going until it travels through the torso, wherever, and it culminates in the left hand. All right, here we go. Keep it rolling, keep it rolling. Nice. That's it. Guys, don't stop and think. Even if you don't know what's coming next, just keep moving. Your imagination has greater power than you allow it. Lovely. Keep it going. So we started in the right foot. Right foot. It's going to travel through the body. I don't know what direction, what pathway it's going to take, what movement quality, what rhythm. Yes? And it must culminate and go all the way through to your left hand. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Remember, it's a trial and error. Trial, and then matter of fact, there isn't even any error here. It's just a matter of what is most effective, what you feel, you know, what you're satisfied with. Again, we're not thinking about dance technique. We're not thinking about any of those things. We're trying, we're moving in that authentic space, using the prompts to solve the problem. All right. All right, so I want to see my movers on screen now. So bring them up. Bring up all the people who are moving, as many as can hold on screen. All right, yes. And I want to see you guys. We're going to start all together. So bring it to a pause. Bring it to a pause, everybody. Bring it to a pause, and then we'll start together. Lights, camera. Find your starting position. Lights, camera, and action. Starting in the right foot. It's flowing through the right foot. Energy takes it through the body. Whatever pathways, whatever levels, whatever shapes, body actions you are assuming, and it culminates in that left arm. One more round, one more round. Some awesome stuff, lovely stuff coming up. Beautiful. Oh my God, guys, you need to see yourselves. Like you really need to see yourselves. And bring it to a close. Awesome. Clap yourselves, guys. All right, now I want to see my in-studio people. You think I get well? No, sir. Mr. Earl, you're called, sir. Mr. Earl is called. So we're putting you on the spot, sir. Take center stage. Social distancing. So, guys, this is your moment to watch my in-studio people. Yes, starting in the right foot, and it's going to culminate in the head. Starting in the right foot, culminating in the head. Here we go, and what are we looking for? Are they moving naturally? Is it inventive? Change levels, changing your levels. Same activity, we're bringing in those dance education, dance elements of dance. We're using levels, so you're changing levels. Starting in the leg, culminating in the head. On screen, try it out for me. Try it out for me. So we're extending it now. Changing levels, starting in the right leg, moving through naturally, culminating in the head. Lovely, let me see him. Ah, nice stuff. Nice stuff. Can I see that pathway going through the body? So everything cannot be moving at the same time. Yes, the isolations are happening, the natural flow, starting in that right leg. How does it flow? Change your timing. Quick. Change the speed, quicker. Through the space. Starting in the right leg, all the way through to the head. Quicker. How does that change the feeling of the movement? Keep it going. One more round. Quicker. Faster. Nice. Lovely. Hi. Yes, sir. Make sure when we see the competition, we see that movement here, you know. And bring it to a close. And rest. Good. Clap yourselves, guys. Absolutely beautiful. Now, I would like to bring into focus. I'm going to call upon some people now. Yeah? Nakisha Jones. I want to see Latanya Robinson, and I need a male. Orville, where's Orville? Orville, I'm not see if I'm man. I don't see that still, you know. I'd like to see Orville. Where part Orville? All right, let me balance it out. 2 females, 2 males. So Latanya, Nakisha Jones, Christian, and Orville. Can you bring those guys into focus for me? And I'd like to watch your explorations. Yes? I'd like to watch your explorations. Now, remember when we're watching, we're not watching in a judgmental kind of a way, right? No? Remember, it's your movement. It's yours. It's all yours. It's what you think is the most effective. What is most believable. And the truth is, for it to become believable, you have to be invested. Like you have to put your whole self into it. Because that's the only way you're going to connect with those concealed thoughts and ideas and movements. All right, so we're ready now? So we have, I need Nakisha on screen, Latanya on screen, Christian on screen, and where Orville there? Orville hiding? Is there another male? Is there another male? Yes? Mr. McCullough? McCollum? Yes? Any more males? All right. Time around the leave way. Any other male who wants to jump in? All right? Guys, you're cheating yourself out of the experience now. So the one that will jump on and ready to go, they're going to get more out of it. Come on, guys. Yeah, man. All right, let's do this. So find your starting position. Bring them in focus for me, the 4 persons. And since we don't have a second male, that brave enough to do this, just bring another female on screen for me. Anybody else who wants to join? All right, we're ready to go. Bring them up, big up, hold them up. So we're taking the same exercise. Don't choreograph now. Natural, spontaneous moving. Starting in the right foot, culminating through to the head. We're moving through space. We're starting in space. Then it's going to take us through the space. Then we're going to change our levels. And then we're going to change our speed. So what elements are we thinking about? Space elements. In space, through space. Yes? Levels in space. High, medium, low. Whichever one. And then speed. There we go. Ready? 5, 6, 7, and go. Remember to focus in the body part. Focus in that body part. Yes? Keep it going. Keep it going. All right, take it through space. Through the space. Let those movements travel you through the space. Keeping that same focus. Is it starting in your right leg? Is it traveling through to your head? Keep it going, keep it going. All right, change your levels. Change your levels. If you were high, low. If you were low, mid. Change your levels. What about your speed? Change your speed. Change your speed. Change your speed. If it was slow, go faster. Mid. Slowing everything down. Find the slowest pace that you could go at. The slowest pace. And now make those movements very heavy. In studio movers, join in. The movements are very heavy, very weighty, and very slow. How does that feel differently in your bodies? Very weighty and very slow. Slow, slow. Can you travel through that space at that weight, that very heavy weight? All right, clap yourselves, guys. Clap yourselves. All right, so I would like 2 persons to respond in the chat. Tell me about that experience for you. What was it like? Is there any one thing that you recognized or experienced in your body, through the exercises that you have not connected with in a long time, or you have not connected with before? Talk to me quick before we move on to the next activity. Just a 1 word or a 1 sentence. What was the experience like for you? What were we focusing on? Yes, we're looking at different body parts, how to use them with different prompts, with different scenarios. What was that experience like for you? Any 1 person or 2 persons, just quickly throw a sentence in the chat. Because I want to make sure that I see that you're connecting, I see people moving, but I want to ensure that we are making those connections. We're making those connections. I was more aware of what body part I'm using. Awesome, greater awareness. Beautiful. Anybody else? Yes? Anybody else? Dead weight with body parts. Nice. And how would that inform your dance choreography experience? So how does it feel in the body with that dead weight? It's the same movements, you know. Yeah, same movements. But now you have that heavier weight. Like I'm in water. Awesome, awesome. Expressive, you felt more expressive. You felt freer in your mind. Heavy. Awesome, guys, awesome. Did you discover anything new movement-wise? Give me a thumbs up if you did. Did anybody discover anything new? Any movement we never experienced before while you were doing the exploration? Yes, Pamela, I see you. Anybody else? Thumbs up if you experienced a movement or some movement possibilities that you never connected with. Absolutely beautiful. All right, bring me the next slide, please, quickly. Next slide. All right, so what were the objectives of this exercise? Because I want you to get back to know your teachers. So you are the student now experiencing it. But when you get to the classroom, you must have objectives. And I would expect you to be trying out these activities with your students. So what were the objectives? 1, to engage in organic movement using different parts of the body. We just spoke about it. And by organic, we mean what? It's natural, no fertilizer. And the fertilizer can be somebody else's movement that you're copying. But it's natural, it's coming from you, pure. Number 2, to move many different body parts in a variety of ways. Simple, right? And now, the big question. Which body part were you most comfortable moving? You don't have to tell me. You can put it in the chat, but I want you to make note of it. Yes, and these are some of the questions you could ask the kids. Yeah, which body part? Because you know, so some body part is harder for you to move it than others. Like moving with the armpit, like seriously? You know, what does that look like? Question, which were you least comfortable moving? Yes? How does this relate to your dance technique training? Answer those questions for yourselves. How does that relate to your dance technique training? All right? So keep the objectives in mind, and you'll be able to access this information through your parish office. I think you'll find it to be most valuable. All right, so we're moving, guys, we're moving. Now we're moving into another prompt. Action prompts. And we're going to go through this one quickly. So simple, again, you don't try to focus in on the words on the screen. I'm just going to call them out. So find your moving position again. Give me another music, anything. Nothing with words. Can you find something else? Yes? So, action prompts. Action prompts. I'm going to give you some prompts of words that are designed to generate an action. So, of course, we're always moving. But these words give you specific, discrete actions. You're not just arbitrarily moving. What you're going to try to do is to communicate as best as possible in the most authentic way the action that is on the screen. Is my music ready? Just find something maybe with a tempo. All right, so while we wait on the track to come up, yes, while we're waiting on the track, can you bring the words back on the screen for me, please? So let's be recapping, keeping all the things that we've been looking at so far. All right, ready for my slide? Slide on screen. All right, so find yourselves a comfortable moving position. All right, so as I throw the words out there, I want you to give me the corresponding actions. Why did we change the screen? Ah, that's it. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, and twist. Bend. Extend. Stretch. Flick. Flick. Kick. 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 Reach. Drop. Wiggle. 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 Shimmy. 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 And spin. 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 And chop. 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 Like you're chopping up some meat. Chop. Is the hand the only thing that can chop? Don't use your hand to chop. Use another body part to chop. Chop with another body part. Aha. Yes, man. Only chop with another body part. Ah, there you go. And slice. Slice that nice hot bread from the Captain's Bakery, our national. Slice. Slice. Don't think about it. Slice. And open the bottle of water, the book. Open the phone. Ah. The kitchen door. Open. Open. The opposite. Close. Close. Explore different body parts. Yes. In communicating these actions. Float. Float. What quality is that? I'm floating. I am floating. I am floating. All right. Ring. 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 Ringing out the clothes. Ringing out the clothes. Ringing. Is my hand the only body part that can ring? Aha. How do I translate ring to another body part? All right. Dab. 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 What action are you hearing from the word dab? Dab. And press. Press. What kind of force are you going to use? Press. Press. And now push. What's the difference between press and push? Is there a weight difference? Energy difference? And balance. 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 Come on. Get the balance a little bit more intricate. Balance. 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 What do I have to do? Balance. Ah, one more, one more. And fall. 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 I'm still falling. I'm still falling. I'm still falling. I'm still falling. Falling from levels. Falling, 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 falling. And stand. Yes. All right. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, run. Faster, 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 faster. And leap, 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 leap. Roll, 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 roll. And crawl, 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 yellow, 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 yellow. Change your pace, change your speed. Faster, 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 faster. And bring it to a close. And rest. Woo! Lord Jesus, we're out of breath. Clap on yourself, clap yourselves, guys. Nice. So simple, very simple. We're looking at action words. Yes, action words. Now you see the plethora of movements that y'all came up with. And again, they were what? Natural. They were spontaneous. They were authentic. And for some of us, most of us, they were believable because we were what? Heavily invested. So these are activities again for you as the teacher, as you refine your skill sets, you refine your craft. Useful for your dance technique experience. It is useful for your dance making experience. It is also useful for your dance performance experience. We always try to get the kids to perform at their highest. And some of the ways that we try to get them to do it is not good. Like some of us stay at the edge of the stage, in the wings. Lord, every year me see it. Talk truth and shame, devil. What's when they must spoil up the dance? Don't. I want to back after them. I want to accost them. All in the left of these run on the stage. And I've seen a few cases where that happened. Because the poor teacher gets so desperate. The dance spoiled. The gold medal gone through the window. And then run on the stage and realize what I'm going to do. Now, a lot of the kids don't have the level of confidence. That is why you feel like you have to be there. Now, these are experiences that you can take them through to build their confidence. To build their confidence. They get accustomed to moving naturally without you just forcing movements onto them, and sometimes they can't manage it. Sometimes they can't relate to it. However, when you give them opportunities to express themselves in the most natural ways, it is going to culminate on that stage because the level of confidence is so high that they take what you've given them, they make it their own, they get comfortable with it, and they can go up on the stage and do a dance and do it excellently. And if they make a mistake, they know how to recover. Because through the dance improvisational experience, they have developed a love for themselves in terms of their moving selves. The confidence, yes, they become more believable, invested. And so when you translate that now into the competition experience, it's a win-win for everybody. Yes? So teachers, opportunities. Next slide. What are the objectives in the exercise that we just did? I just gave you some of the objectives. Can you bring the slide up for me, please? But so you can focus. Objectives. Again, to engage in organic movements inspired by a range of action words. A very simple way to derive vocabulary, guys. So we don't have to be trying to think of, again, I'm not going to movement class. I don't have the money to go take the class over Edna. I don't want to spend the money. Anyway, you take it. You know what I mean? How can I find, it's true, how can I find ways to develop vocabulary? Action words. And you record yourself doing it. Or record the children doing it. There's so much we can learn from them. You go back, go watch a video, and you see one nice movement. Woo! The whole dance done right, so. Now, we don't have the time. And because we're not able to work with other bodies, yes, I put this in as an extension activity, which you can try out on your own, or we can go back to working with bodies again. An extension to this activity, you could prompt the action words with what? The body part activity that we did before. So everything is connected. So the first exercise was body, and now we look at body actions. So an extension of it in your own time, connect the two things. Action prompts paired with body part prompts to produce specific kind of movement choices. Question: what action gave you the greatest sense of joy when you were doing them a while ago? We went through a number of action words. How can you capture that joyful sense of movement and recreate it in your performance of set choreography? So you see where we're going with this now. So though we were doing action words, the question is asking you to identify an emotion. So again, we want to help the kids to build what? The confidence. But not only confidence we want them build, we want them to be able to give us the emotion of the dance. So the dance cannot be a happy thing and them all the way them face so. Or the other extreme, them supposed to be showing sadness and you have one little pin in their class ever smile. So it doesn't matter what scenario you give, the child is always smiling. And then you go person and say she spoil up a dance because you cannot be talking about you're just sad because somebody died or something and a big old grin unless them glad that the person dead. And that's not exactly what you want them to communicate. So through an improvisational activity, you can help the children as you're helping yourself to be able to generate and connect with different emotional responses in the moment. All right? So how can you now recreate this in the performance of set choreography? So this is the informal experience. How can we now take what we experience here and translate it to the formal? So you see what we're doing here? These are just opportunities to develop these skill sets and these areas. All right, we're going to do one more big exercise. One more big exercise. So we're doing prompts. So every improvisational experience, it's not arbitrary. A lot of people think that improv have no technique behind it, even though we tell you don't dance for technique, but there's technique in the ways. We have to give you something to inform the reaction that we're asking for. All right? And we call them prompts or cues. I haven't used that word since we started, but they're also called cues. From the prompts or the cues, it sets up ideas as to how to problem solve. Or this, so another word is coming up. We're getting there, we're getting there, we're getting there. As we grow in this now, we're moving to now producing scores. So we don't call it a choreography. Because a choreography means you have time to sit down and what? Plan it out and work it through. But in the context of improv, we call it a score. So we give you a problem, and in the moment, you solve the problem, and you come up with some responses, and those responses, we call them the score. All right, let me see what we have, what else we have. All right, let's jump to the next one. Jump to the next one, so keep going, keep going. All right, so sorry, go back for me, go back, go back. All right, yes, go back. This is the one I want. Ah, lovely. All right, so we're now looking at shape and space prompts. So we did body before, seeing the elements of dance. We did body actions, and the truth is they overlap, you know, because when you're looking at body actions and you begin to move in space or through space with those body actions, and it brings in the element of what? Space. As you do those actions, you're using different types of what? Energy. That's speaking to what? Dynamic qualities. And as you're doing those movements, using personal and general space, yes, with different qualities, you're also moving using levels. So sometimes you're on the floor, sometimes you're high, sometimes you're mid. Whether it's a low center of gravity high or mid. So all of them are intertwined, but we're trying to do is focus in to help you to make those connections because we are educating you. This is an informal way of giving you the dance training, all right? So quickly, shape and space prompts. I'm gonna ask you to take 30 seconds and find something in your house or in your office or wherever you are right now. Find a prop, anything that is visible, big enough for us to see, for you to relate to. So it could be a box, I don't know. Yeah, man, you can take up anything. All right, just find something quickly that you can relate to, and it's big enough for us to see it. All right, so once you have it, just kind of put it near you. All right? Have it so that you can reach it without having to leave the space again to find it. So just put it in a space where you can relate to it quickly. All right. Lovely, nice, awesome. Watch a big old table. I love it. I love it. All right. Good. Once you have an object that you can relate to, just put it aside. Yeah? Where you can, in range that you can get it quickly. Bring the slide back on the screen for me, please. And I want you to set up some music for me. Yes? Set up some music for me. All right. So we're going through space and shape prompts. And some of it seems very basic. And you're going to say, yeah, I know it. But remember, it's the experience of it. It's the experience of it. It doesn't know it. Me experience it now. So we're starting from the very simple. The very, very simple. Reinforcing levels in space. So as I call out the prompts, you're just going to respond. Do we have music? We're not ready for the props yet. I'll tell you when you're ready for the props. All right, play music. Screen, slide. Slide. All right. So just follow my voice. High, middle. High, middle. Low. Low. We're looking at levels in space. Low. How low can you go? That's not low. Low. There's a big difference between low and mid. Be true to the level. Are you really low? Because if you're not low and you're mid, when we get to mid, you won't have anywhere to go. All right. Mid. Mid-range. Mid-range. Come on, give me some inventive movements, man. Mid. All right. Now we're going to go in between. Mid-low. What does that look like? So you're not truly low and you're not truly mid. You're in between mid and low. Watch your ground play around here, aye? Nice. Aha. Mid-low. All right. And freeze. Hold that position. Now we are going to be looking at some pathways. Pathways as we move. Diagonal. 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 What does that look like as you move? What does that look like as you move? Yes. We're looking now at pathways. Diagonal. Is it a true diagonal? Sometimes when we see the formations on stage, oh Jesus, help we. All right. Zigzag, 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 zigzag. Notice the words are action-oriented. Zigzag. All right. Zigzag. Let me see if any zigzag are going on up on the screen. Zigzag. Yes, Lisa. Oh, I love that. I love that outdoor studio. Loving it. Nice. All right. Curve. Curve. The pathway is curved. The shape is curved. Curve. Curve pathway. All right. Another one. Serpentine. You look like a snake? Snake. What is the shape of that snake? It's not zigzag. It's a combination of the ziggy-zaggy and the curve. And the curve. So look at the movement of that snake. What shapes are you seeing? It is zigzag, but it doesn't have those angular positions. All right? And box. Box. Box, box, box. What shape? What pathway? Box, 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 box. What are the creative ways that you can move in a box? In a box. And circular, circle, 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 circle. Big circle. Small circle. What body parts can I use to initiate that circle? Yes, think about the body parts. Circle, circle. Lovely, beautiful. Change your levels, change your levels. That circle going. Change your levels, keep that circle going. One little good. Yes, yes, I see you, Lisa. And who is that with a baby? Oh my God, this is awesome. Look here. You need to bring up, is it Fiona? Some Williams person? Yes, is it? Fiona, let's watch. Let's watch Fiona and her baby move in circle. Lovely. Keep it going, keep it going. Keep it going. Nice. Change your levels. Change your levels. Change your levels. Sweet. Small circle, big circle. Make it quick, 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 quick. Quick, 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 quick. Woo! Nice. Yes. Yes. Yeah. Look here. Awesome. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. And bring it to a close. Clap them, guys. Give me some thumbs up. Sweet. Look here. Nice things are going on. Clap yourselves, guys. That was excellent. All right. Last one. What a time runway. Now find your prop. Find your prop for me. We're in the same shape and space. Now we're translating the exploration from just with your body. And now since we can't use a body, yes, we are going to use an object, which brings us into the dimension of relationships. So though it says shape and space, we're extending that now into relationships as another element of dance. So we looked at body action, we look at actions, we looked at space, we looked at dynamics, you know, weighty, those qualities, and we're within the context of shape and space, we're extending now into what? Relationships. And relationship can happen with the self, with body parts, relating, self with the space, and we have different kind of space, negative space, positive space. That's for another workshop. But we also relate, not just to bodies, not just in space, but we also relate to objects. We call them what? Props. Yes, and it's one of the areas that we need to reinforce and strengthen, because sometimes we introduce a prop on the stage and it's not used. We bring on the chair and 2 seconds, it come off, or we bring it on, we put it on the space and we don't use it again. And when we say to you, so now the chair becomes a distraction because it has not become an active part of the experience and you don't understand. So what we're going to do now, we're going to extend this exercise. All right. Can I get a different music? I want something up tempo. All right. We are now going to extend the same exercise in relation to an object. Now, when you try this out in a classroom, remember when we're allowed to meet in person again, these are ways that can have the kids explore with each other. Yes, because a large part of improvisation is working with bodies collaboratively. All right, so we're going to use the object now. Yes, see it as an object. It can become anything. All right, bring up my slide. So you can come off this body. Right, so don't start with it yet. Can I get my slide back up? So go to the next slide. All right, now look on the screen. Take the music down the shade. So I am going to give an instruction. Again, I am going to call out the words. And you are going to respond to the words movement-wise in relation to your prop. In relation to your prop. So, my in-studio bodies. Come in, focus for me, Janoy. All right? So guys, just watch them for a moment. Let me see if them understand. And it might help you to understand too. So I am going to call out a word, 2 words. And they are going to respond to the words with movement in relationship to their prop. All right, everybody watching? So the first word I'm going going to use is on. On. No, you're not just going to be on. The movement must indicate on. On. How many ways can I be on in relation to my prop? Am I truly on? Am I truly on the prop? Okay, under. Under is the movement demonstrating under. One more for them and then I come to you. Through. What does through look like in relation to my object? Through. Are they really looking like they're doing through? Is it authentic? Is it believable? Through. And rest. Nice. Hold it. Nice picture moment. Take the music down. Clap them, no, clap them. Celebrate each other. Awesome. All right, so it's your turn now. So can you please bring back my slide on stage, on screen? So everybody get your object ready? No. Don't use the cues I just gave to make you change your object, you know. For example, oh my God, my buckle too little. Now I can't do true with it. No, man. The more different and alternative that object is, the more creative you can be with it. All right, so everybody have their prop. Thumbs up if you have your prop. Yes, you have your prop ready. Nice, I seen you. Lovely. All right. So just listen for my voice. You don't have to look on the screen for the words because I want you to just stay connected with yourselves, with your moving selves. You're using the cues. You're using the prompts to create your score. Your improvisational score. You are problem solving. Improvisation is one of the ways, one of the frameworks in dance that exemplifies greatly the whole thing of problem solving. You're given a problem, you solve it. And solving it, there are multiple ways to solve the problem. It's not 2 + 2 = 4. No, in this context, that's not what it is. 2 + 2 = 20. You tell me how you get to that and make it believable because of how you're interpreting 2 and what the plus mean and what the 2 mean and how you derive and the equal sign and the 20. All right, lovely. Now we're ready with the prop. So I'm going to call out the words. Starting positions. Make sure your prop is where we can see it. You can actually start off stage and come on with it if you want. Yeah. All right. Bring up my screen, please. Ready? Here we go. Music underneath. All right. First word. Below. With your prop. Below. Are you truly below your prop? And remember, you're moving. You are still moving while you're below. What movement best communicates below in relation to your prop? All right, keep it going. You are in front of your prop. What is that movement? If you had bodies in the space, in front of, what movement best represents in front of in relationship with your prop? All right. Inside. Inside. How do you get inside your prop? Using movements. How do you get inside? Remember now, you're also using your imagination. You may not be able to literally get inside that prop, but the movement that you're using should demonstrate, yes, inside. And the audience must see that you're trying to communicate inside. All right? Okay. Asymmetric to your prop. Asymmetric. Now, what is an asymmetric shape? Asymmetric in relation to your prop. So what does your prop look like? You need to create a shape that is asymmetric to the prop that you have in front of you. All right, symmetric, symmetric, symmetric to your prop. Let's see what is going on here now, because some of you have fabric as your prop. What's that symmetric shape that you are going to create in your bodies? In your bodies. All right. All right. Next shape. Bring up the screen, please. All right. Outside. 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 Outside in relation to your shape. Outside. 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 On top of your shape. On top of your shape. On top. I didn't say on. I didn't say on. On top of. Yes. On top of. Last one. In between. In between. Well. In between your shape. Let me see my people on screen. All right. In between. You are in between your shape. In between. I'm loving it. Yes, Pamela. What's that shape? In between. Nice. So beautiful, guys. So beautiful. In between. All right. So we're going to mix it up now. Last activity, we're going to mix it up. I'm just going to throw the words out randomly. Randomly. You don't have much time to think about it. Randomly. And you're going to do them. Here we go. And on. Over. Below. Beneath. Through. Outside. Under. Diagonal. In between. Shadow. Contrast. Complementary. Inside. On. And rest. Stop yourself, guys. Stop yourselves. Nikisha, me see you hold your back. You're tired. Thank you. Come on, guys. Give yourselves a better round of applause than that. Thank you so much. I think my time is up. All right. So bring up on screen for me the next slide. Why the activity? What are the objectives? Bring it up, bring it up. Yes, bold it up for me. All right. What are the objectives? To engage, again, this word keeps coming back. Organic movements in relation to what? The shape of your own body, the space around you, and it's not there, but by extension, the relationships that you create in the process. Relationship with self, body part to body part. Relationship with the space, relationship with another person, relationship with the object. All right? What's an extension exercise that you could engage with? We could now pair the shape space prompts with the ones we did previously. Body parts, body prompts, body action prompts. And this would help us to now produce specific kind of movement choices. So if you are trying to derive a particular outcome, then you would now pair the exercises because you want to produce something different than what each of the exercises produced. And that gives you now a whole new plethora of movement choices, yes, to solve another problem. Question: how does improvising with a focus on shape and space change the quality of your dancing? No, notice we're not saying the quality of your movement, no. We talk about the quality of your dancing. Before, our focus question was the emotion that you could evoke. How can you bring that sense of joy to your live performances? Now we're saying, how can this change? How does this inform? How does it inform the quality of your dancing? You are feeling different kind of things while you are doing the exercise. And you're able to connect with different parts of your expressive self. So some people may say, boy, I'm just this kind of dancer. But through the exercise, you realize, wait, I can be very fluid. You know what I mean? So it's moments to discover. And last one, how is it more clear Is it more focused? Is it more intentional? Yes? Is it more intentional? Am I more deliberate in my moving as opposed to just moving? Because I'm trying to communicate a specific thing. I'm trying to be the most effective in my communication. Again, helping the children to convey the idea. So instead of beating it into them, teachers, and throw the shoes across the floor, or fling the chair where you're supposed to use as a prop, you fling it off of the pit of them, because them now give what you want. Exercises, activities to help them to become more intentional, focused in their way of moving. And last one, how it chop off, hallelujah, bring it up, same one. How can you apply this focus to your dance technique training? And then all of that technique training is going to now inform your creative processes. And on that note, guys, I have to go. But thank you so much. Clap yourselves, guys. You are awesome today. Awesome. I'm happy to see so many more persons participating. And I am absolutely certain that you discovered so much about your moving selves. You notice nobody never judge and say, oh, you look. And say, if you look good, you all looked good. And you know why you looked good? Because you were dancing from your own free, authentic, invested space. So thumbs up for yourselves, applause for yourselves, and thank you guys so much. It was a pleasure.
Yay! Thank you so much, Miss Patterson.
And thanks, Michael. Come back. Have a big up. My two presenters, and again, I must point out, they are both JCDC teachers, meaning they work with kids, they enter the competition. So they're experiencing it just as you are experiencing it. So let's thank them again. And thanks to JCDC for putting on this workshop. They're investing in you.
Good.
All right? Thanks,
Don't move, Miss Patterson. Now, I'm going to ask you for 15 more minutes. We're just going to go through a little demo of how the assessment of the improv category in the competition will run. Now, if you look in your chat, there is a score. Good? Look into your chat, there is a score. And I want you to read that score. Good? So for this year, we are going virtual. So I should have over 63 entries in this category because all of you will be entering. Good? Can I get an amen? Beautiful. A friend of mine would say beautiful. Good. So read the chat. Could you bring it on screen, please?
Yeah, bring it up on the full screen.
Good. So this is what the score looks like.
Oh, hold it. Can you hold it?
Good. Find a location high up where you can look out over the city. From here, find a person somewhere in the distance. They should be far enough away that you can't read the expression on their face, only the movements in their body. Measure the distance between you and them. Imagine how long it would take you to cross the distance. If you were walking.
Prompt one.
Yes. If you were running.
Another prompt.
If you were a bullet fired from a sniper's rifle. Imagine. Yes. So you have it in the chat. I want you to read it through. So you will be given this question 20 minutes before your presentation. So you will have enough time to dig deep, to go through, to identify the prompts.
But not choreograph it.
You're not going to choreograph it. You're going to use the score to guide you. So if you're going to use a fabric, you are experimenting the different feel and texture and flow of the fabric, whatever prop it is. So the 20 minutes is not for you to choreograph, but to research, to connect. And I'm going to, so Miss Jones, because I know you, I'm going to pick on you. So I want you to read the score for me. There is this lady, she's in all of the workshops. Yeah, and she's participating. Pamela.
Yes.
Pamela, show forth yourself. Pamela is in all the workshops.
Christian, the guy.
And Pamela is working. And Christian, you are in all the workshops and you are participating. And let me tell you that Christian is a music teacher.
Music
He
at the
is a
Cobra.
music teacher. Yeah. So Pamela, Miss Jones, and Christian, I want you to read the score for me. And I want you just flow according to the score. What is your interpretation of the score? See if you can find a music for me, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they probably don't have to go through all elements.
You don't have to
Maybe
go
like
through
first
all.
3
I
or
just
so.
want to see how you would approach it.
Bodies in space, you can try it out as well.
So when we give you the question on Zoom,
Yeah.
we will be watching you experimenting with the content. You cannot leave the screen.
We need to fill out whenever we
Good.
do the invoice.
So when you submit your entry, we will schedule a time and a date.
Not that music, something.
A time and a date. Let me
maybe
find a
one of the-
music for you.
Yes. So while Mr. Earl is sorting out the music, guys, it's a similar experience. So what we gave you earlier on is a setup for this, right? So again, we're not asking you to choreograph a dance. You're creating a score. You're creating a score, your best response too. So don't sit down there and plan it out. No, I'm going to do, all right, I'm going to do one turn here. So I'm going to do 3 leaps and so on. And no, the spontaneous, all the stuff you were doing today.
Yes.
You're solving a problem. There are several ways to get to halfway tree. Which way am I going to choose? Which route that's going to get me there and get me there how I want to get there? Recognizing that there are several routes you could take. So find a location high up where you can look over the city. Identify there's some cues in that statement, you know. Find high up. Look out over the city. Yes? And this score is a long distance relationship. So you have to bear those things in mind. Long distance. I could be pining after the person, and the person after seminar today. So the long distance work for them. So I'm in my location, I'm pining, and him in his location, he's so happy that he's not in my space. What does that look like? And then there is the other woman out there who is very happy about this long distance situation because it's an opportunity for her. All them things there. All right. So
Right.
people, I'm ready.
So you are seeing the score. So you will be given a score. We are watching you, interrogating, digging deeper with the score.
Yeah,
You
exploring.
cannot come off camera. We must see you. You will have 20 minutes. And at the end of the 20 minutes, we say, okay, showtime.
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So we're not only assessing the final product,
The
we're
process.
assessing you in the process. We would have given you the prompts and everything. We want to see how you're working through the experience, which is why it was very important for you to engage in the activities today, because it's the exploration. Because it's in the exploration that you're discovering things, you know. You're digging up the goal.
Right.
And you're choosing what to put on show, on display.
So
All right.
while the others are preparing, I'm going to give you a bit of information. Now, the objective of this improvisation category is to create a community of thinkers. Even though you will be entering the dance improvisation category, because we are training you, we are coaching you to think deep
Yes.
about things,
Critically.
critically about things, naturally I'm going to see the creative A-B dance get better. The pop dance will get better.
The folk.
The folk will get better. Everything will get better. So we are teaching you holistically in terms of entering the competition, right? So that one. No, I want the others of us that are not working, I want you to type in the chat, you know, some takeaways from this session, you know, the wow moments, just some expression of how you felt, yeah, how you were feeling, yeah. Evaluate this process.
They're saying he's low. Mr. Earl needs to come on.
So remember now, the presentation will be made available to you. The presentation will be made available to you. It will be sent to your parish office. Also, the content will be placed in the handbook. The activities will be there for you to go through with your students. You need to prepare them for the improv category. They should not just show up awaiting the question. You are teaching them the technique of improvisation. And I know that I have some teachers and students from CSEC. Good? You are with us? I'm expecting you to enter the category also. So teach them the improvisational technique. Now, for this year, only classes 4, 5, and 6 are permitted to enter. Just for this year. It is new, and we want to roll it out in a piecemeal fashion and guide us according to age. So only class 4, 5, and 6, both for school and community group and studio group. Nikisha is working. Pamela, continue to work. Now, let me welcome the teachers from Trelawney. You were given the wrong Zoom information, but I saw when the massive entered, the 12 of you, yeah? So welcome. You missed my performance, but anyway, go up on YouTube and you get to see it. I must pause right here to pay recognition to one of our adjudicators. Good, Patrick Johnson. Good. He's no longer with us. And on behalf of the JCDC, we want to extend condolences to his family and friends, members of the Movement Dance Theatre Company of Jamaica. The JCDC just want to return thanks. You have loaned him to us, his mind, his brain. Whenever we want anybody to speak specifically on jazz dance, everybody don't know, so we have to go to Patrick. Yes, so we send a blessing and we send peace to the family of Patrick Johnson. And JCDC is now acknowledging your contribution over the many years of adjudicating the dance competition. God bless his family and the Movement Dance Theatre Company of Jamaica. So let's get back to regular scheduled programming. So we will now have Miss Nikisha Jones, turn on your camera. Miss Pamela, yes, and then we have Christian, the music teacher, turn dancer. Great. Good, good, good. Music, get ready. So let us bring on screen Miss Nikisha Jones. Good. While the other two get ready. All right, ready, Miss Nikisha Jones? Let's give Miss Nikisha Jones full screen. And let her put her hands together. In the deaf community, we do this. and they have their own competition too. So I'm going to invite you to watch them work. Good, because we need to understand their community, but that another time. All right, here we go. Music. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Skanking, grooving, hallelujah. Skanking, grooving, hey, ja, ja, yeah. Skanking, grooving, under pressure, yeah. Skanking, grooving, yeah. Under the pressures of your life and it tough. Now stay down, mama, time pick it up. Now bother with the down, full style, strictly up, full vibes. Now pick it up when the bills, them, the rent and the mortgage.
4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Woo! Right. And in this activity, we can throw things in the middle of your presentation. So we throw a music that you weren't expecting. Good? Chris, or a prop, or some other prompt. So, Miss Pamela, you're up next. Let us see what the music this jockey will throw at us.
Country boy came to town. Oh,
Let's wait.
country
Pause the
boy.
music. Let's find Pamela. Ready?
Country boy
5,
came
4,
to town.
3,
Oh,
2,
country
1, go.
came to town. Him left country and never went back. Him come a town, come a lick peer shot. Carry the 16 over him back. 45, him never left the cat. Now must see him super cat did a chat. Side police on the wheel and clap. No left no trace conceal or chat. Him cause me be my old desert. Them tell him say fi fear that car any minute. Now you have to shift up like the gear box then give my Glock. Tell him say fi lock. No great fi knocking. Country I hear sneeze that make without no warning.
Hearing me, put your hand on top of your head. Christian, you're hearing me? Put your hand on top of your head. You are hearing. As we try to solve the sound issue, We're not playing the music as yet. Are you ready, Christian? You are hearing me?
Excuse me, we're not hearing anything.
Not hearing it.
No, audio is gone, sir. Yeah, I can barely hear you though. Barely.
Okay, 5, going in, 5, 4. Make sure we can see your entire body.
There's something about you, girl, and I don't think it's just your smile. I don't know how to say it now. I've been thinking for a while. The best way to say it, woman, your energy is right, yeah. Before I hold you in my arms, I wanna hold you in my heart. Before we share our love up on that bed, I wanna place this crown up on your head, woman. Girl, you're my queen.
4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Yes, a while ago, Christian, a while ago, you look like the statue out of Emancipation Park. But good job. And this is what this category is about. Creating in the moment, being inspired by a score, but you are governed by some technique, and these are the techniques. So I just want to thank you, and I'm depending on all of the teachers right here and now to enter this new category. It is only for class 4, 5, and 6, community and studio group. Good. So as we close out, because of the new orders that were given by the government, we are having a little, tweaking, shaping of the workshop dates. So we will postpone the dance on camera workshop for Thursday and the dance practical workshop on Saturday. You will be given the information in terms of the new date. I'm very sure that your parish office will give that information to you. So we will not be having the dance on camera workshop on Thursday, nor we will be having the practical dance workshop on Saturday. We will announce the new date. Thank you all so much for staying with us. And above all, we are thanking you for your support to JCDC, and above that, for the support that you give to your students. Not because it is COVID, we're not going to be creative. Yeah, we're going to dig deep because we are documenting history now. We are creating history. Yes, and we're going to, in the future, reflect on this process, and we're going to see the wonderful works that are coming out. Yes. So we just want to thank you for your love, and God bless you, God guide you and go with you. Amen.